So guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to apply for the Australia Award Scholarship. Before I get into this video, I just want to give you a tip. Now, having worked with people that want to apply for scholarship or just applying for admission in general, I realized that one of the areas that people struggle with is actually reading and understanding it. And it's not because these things are very hard to understand, it's just that people do not want to do the work to read. Now, the Australian Award Scholarship is one scholarship that you have to read the documents. I'm going to be showing you the documents. I'm going to be summarizing it, but I will advise that you have to do your own in-depth reading to understand this scholarship and apply for it. Now, you also have to pay attention because the application deadline and how to apply differ per country. So before we dive right into it, you know what to do. Please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell icon notification and like this video. If you are subscribed, thank you guys for subscribing. Please make sure you also like the video. Now, the Australia Award Scholarship, a long-term scholarship that is administered by the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. And the aim is to contribute to the development needs of Australia partner countries. Now, what are the benefits? This scholarship is so good because it covers everything. It covers your full tuition fee. You get a return air travel payment, that's economy class fare, to and from Australia. So your flight is paid to and from Australia after your studies. Now you get a establishment allowance. Now this is a one-time payment in contribution towards your accommodation, textbook, study materials. Now they also give you a contribution to living expense. That's like a stipend to help your expenses. You get a introductory academic program. It's a compulsory program before you start your degree program, and it's going to just give you all the information on living and studying in Australia. Health insurance is going to be covered, your health care, everything is going to be covered, except you already have pre-existing conditions before you came to Australia. Now, you're also going to a pre-course English fees if deemed necessary. So then you get supplementary academic support, and also for research programs, field work, and the rest. They can also sponsor air flight tickets for your field work or your research. Now, award condition. Applicants that want to accept this scholarship must sign a Commonwealth contract declaring that you will comply with the condition of the scholarship. And one of the major conditions is that you are required to leave Australia for a minimum of 2 years after completing your scholarship. Failure to do this will result in the scholar incurring a debt for the total accrued cost of the scholarship. Now, how do you apply? I'm going to be showing you information on the participating countries, opening and closing dates, and the participating institution. I'm going to show you everything about it. So first, let us go to the participating country. Just click on this link and it will take you to this page. So in this page, we'll get back to it, but we'll check the opening and closing date for your countries, and that way we can also see the participating countries. So you click on this link and it will take you to this page. Now we have Africa, and these are the names of the countries that are eligible for application for this scholarship. So if your country is not here in Africa, you cannot apply. Now for Africa, your deadline is 30th April 2026. And if you have any inquiry, this is the email address for Africans. There's Bangladesh. You can see that the application timeline differ for some, but so far it's been the same. So these are the countries that are involved in this scholarship or that are eligible for this scholarship. So if you are a member of any of this country, you can go ahead and apply if you're interested for it. So these are the countries that you can apply from. I can see some of them, their deadline is in 30th June. Some of them, the opening date is not the same as other countries. So you have to make sure that you check for your country and know how to apply. As I said, every country, regions, they have different application procedure. So you cannot use the same application for one as you use for the other. Now for Africa, you can see countries like Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa. They are all eligible to apply for this. As I said, the deadline for Africa is 30th April 2026 by 2 o'clock Australian time. Now that we have seen this, let's go back to how to apply for this scholarship. We have checked the opening and the closing dates. We have checked the participating countries. We are going to be reading this Australian Award Handbook. Now, this handbook, as I told you earlier before, you have to do a lot of reading here. I'm going to give you a summary of major things in the handbook, but you have to do the reading by yourself. Now, for Africa, you are going to be applying online via Oasis application link. This is the link. The Oasis is the online Australia scholarship information system, right? Now, you can apply for mail. So if for some example if for some reason you are unable to submit your application online, you can apply by mail. Make sure you check the participating country profile, that email I showed you for your participating country. If for some reason you cannot apply, send them an email and they'll send you the hard copy of the application, and then you can apply and send it via their mail. Sorry, can apply and send it via their mail. Now, they also advise that you should make sure you submit your application well before the deadline, because usually when it's closer to the deadline, the OASIS, that is the online application system, experience peak usage and may delay, and you don't want to go and submit after the application. Now, supporting documentation. Now, for some countries, you may need to support additional documents such as CV and referee reports. For country, you are required to submit a CV or a referee report. You have to download their templates here and use the templates to submit. Now, using AI in your application. They said you must only use AI for basic tasks like spelling, grammar, and organizing ideas. AI must not be used to write, improve, paraphrase any part of your application. All responses must be your original work. Misuse may result in disqualification. You can review the information on the use of AI right here. Now let's go back up and look for how we are going to apply. So I'm an African. So what I will do is click on this African link here. Once you click on this link, it's going to take you to this page. Now, this is the African Australia Awards Intake Information Summary. So these are the countries, and the scholarship is helping to promote prosperity, reduce poverty, and enhance political stability. These are the eligible countries, as I said, and you're going to be downloading the PDF for the information. So when we click here, this is what the PDF looks like. Let me go to the top. Now, this is for African countries, right? The eligible programs is already showed. Now, the priority field of study. What they are saying is that they are going to be giving priority to people that are going to be studying in one of these areas or one of these fields for African countries. Now, as I said, these priority areas can differ per your country. So if you, for example, you are from Pakistan, this is not the portal or this is not the PDF you are going to use. You have to go and click on your own country. Now, the priority areas for Africa is agriculture and food security, climate change, foreign policy and international security, gender, disability and social inclusion, mining, and energy. Now, for the level of study, for African countries, you get the opportunity to obtain a master's qualification only. So no bachelor's, no PhD. Some other countries, you have the opportunity for PhD and bachelor's, but for African country, it's just master's. Now, I already told you what they cover, your air flight allowance and the rest, but they just also included it here so that you can see per country. Now your eligibility criteria. I'm going to be showing you how to check that out in the Australian Award Scholarship Policy Handbook. So this handbook is for general countries. It's for all the countries. Now, what are the country specific conditions? Now, to be considered for the award in 2027. Now, candidates from eligible African countries must also meet this condition. You must be a minimum of 25 years of age on 1st February 2027. Now, it is a minimum, not a maximum. So you have to be at least 25 years of age by February 2027 to apply. At minimum, you should have 5 years of postgraduate work experience working in a field relative to your field of study. You should be employed at the time of applying for the scholarship. You have to be a citizen of, obviously, I already told you the countries. Now, you must not already hold or be undertaking a master's degree or equivalent from your home country. You must already hold an undergraduate degree that is equivalent to an Australian undergraduate degree. You must not have previously received long-term Australia award. Then you must meet the English language criteria, and this course must be valid on 1st January 2026. This is excluding candidates that their first language is English or people that have undertaken their education in English language. Now, for people with disability, the program makes adjustments for it, so you can also apply. Now, I already told you the application date. The application deadline is started April 2026. Applications that are submitted after the closing date will not be considered. I showed you all application for Africa will be going online through the Oasis application. Now you have to enter your full name exactly as it appears on the passport, including your first, middle, and last name. That's on the online application. Do not use nicknames, shortened versions, or abbreviation of your name. Now, these are the supporting documents you have to submit, and they must be submitted. Each of these documents each of them must be compiled into single PDFs, and you must name them accordingly. For example, your certificate should be named certificates, your reference report should be named that, and you must make sure that they are scanned in color, they are legible, and in correct order and orientation. Now, these are the documents that are required: your passport, undergraduate degree certificate, undergraduate academic transcript, your CV. Remember, I showed you that if you are getting CV and reports, you have to go and download the format from the page I showed you earlier, or their templates. Your employer referee report, your academic referee report. Now, if English is not your first language, then IELTS, TOEFL, or person test certificates. Now, what is the selection criteria? Applications will be shortlisted after eligibility checking. Only shortlisted candidates will be contacted regarding the outcome of the shortlisting process. The selection process includes an interview. Applicants will be assessed against the following criteria: academic competence, potential outcome, specifically the contribution to development outcomes in Africa, professional and personal leadership attributes, including relevant work experience. Successful candidates will be notified in late 2026, and you have to be subject to meeting the requirements imposed by your government, that you have to meet the visa requirements after you get the scholarship to travel. Now, there's preparatory training after you have gotten it, and other information when you get the scholarship. Now, you might be asking yourself, you have not said anything about application and picking your university. So I'm going to go to the Australian Award Handbook. You ask me, where will you get the handbook? Just click on the Australian Award Scholarship Policy Handbook, and to it's going to take you to the handbook. You can see that it's a 148-page document. You can browse through relevant things. Now, how do you find your appropriate course and institution? Now, scholarship applicants, first, you have to know that you are not required to have an offer of place at an Australian institution when you are applying. However, you should have checked your preferred course, including the information provided on the institution website, and ensure that it is included on the course register. So this course register, what you are going to do is that you are going to open it. So there's also a page. So when you go to the main page, for the Australian page, you're going to click on participating institutions. So these are the institutions that you can check that are eligible for this scholarship. So you check the course of study you want to take, and remember that per your country, they showed you areas of priority. I already showed you the areas of priority for Africa. So per your country, there's areas of priority. So you have to check courses that align with that area. So these universities, so what you just do is that if you want to check for the universities, you can just maybe, let me give you an example. Let's say Bond University. So you go to that course page I showed you, paste it here. Let's start search. So you can search for the institution. This is the course code. You need it because you're going to be filling it in your application documents. Then you also search for the course. You can also search for the course. They already said it that you do not have to apply yet, but you just have to make sure that you research your course, because once you put the course as your preferred course and you put the institution as your preferred institution, once you submit your scholarship, you cannot change it. Now, there are other information here about type of courses to apply for and the rest, but you can just check it out. So the application process, they have also sent, they just showed you a general application process. For Africans, for Africans, I already gave you how to apply and stuff. So, but you should also read this general one. I already explained it that it's very, very important to read the general one. So there are some documents accompanying your scholarship that require certification and must be certified in accordance with the requirement below. So you have to read on how to notarize it, who can notarize it, who can certify it, and other informations about it. Anyway, when you are done with that and you're ready to apply, for Africans, you can just go back to that document I showed you. Click on the Oasis. Once you click on the Oasis portal, it's going to take you to this portal. So they even give you user guide, everything you need to know about it. Now what you just do is click on register if you're a new person, and then you should um take you to where you can input your information and can go ahead and log in and register. Anyway, that's all for this scholarship. Now guys, if you want me to walk you through the steps of actually applying via the Oasis page, let me know. So if I get like 10 comments about it, then I'm going to film a video for that. But this should be enough to make you understand everything about the scholarship and how to apply. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.